So, hello, boys and girls who are interested in photography, which I am too. You can find my channel on Instagram. Let me just show it to you. I have different ones. Of course, the one is Schulz Norman. The other one is Competence of Illusion. I just want to show this to you. Um, nice picture here. Let's just go there. So yeah, you can find my channel there. Um, and I'm interested in photography, as many of my friends know, and I want to learn because I feel what I do is I use a lot of bokeh. I create a lot of portraits, which the people usually like, but I think it's not necessarily special. So what I do on Instagram, I try to follow like different photographers, and whenever I see something that is really well done, I mark it. And I want to look through some of these and talk with you about the question why this is great. So this is obviously a great light study from Insomnia Magazine. By the way, Insomnia Magazine always has great pictures. They have, in my mind, a really good selection of pictures. Let's just look into their channel. They have 241,000 followers, and I think you can follow them because they always like have people with really great ideas, and they find the right people. They find the right people. Um, let's yeah here underwater, right? This here is not so great, but it also has a certain style, right? I mean, look at this person that just gets this beam of light through their head. So I recommend their channel. But yeah, I try to select them a bit more, right? So and yeah, what does make this picture great? It has a great feeling, and I think it is because light is always a good motive. And here it's the cat that is in a special position and that does an individual action. She might have waited a very long time. It's also interesting that in the shadow, she doesn't let the her camera be seen. And then it's a nice camera composition. She keeps her hand in a way that it's separable from her head, not like here, right? So and it has just a few objects. I think having a few objects is always the sign of a well organized picture. So that was the first one. Which one? Yeah, I mean this. I wonder how they did that. And that's one of these great ideas that you don't see everywhere. Uh, I don't think it's a it's a Photoshop, right? I think what happens here is I don't know how that works. It must be some kind of a reflection, right? Let's say we are inside of a building and they are reflected on the window and behind there's the house. I think that's how it works. So there's like a kind of like glass in between of them. And then the question is, however, if they are in a building, why do they have an umbrella? Well, the more you think about it, maybe the more you understand the picture, the more or the more you find in a picture, the more it becomes a secret, right? So yeah, I don't really understand. We have here an explanation, but we don't need an explanation. It gives an interesting feeling. A boy and a girl under one umbrella, the light. It's technically it's just yellow colors, right? It isn't even very colorful, which you don't notice. Could also be black and white, but the color gives it a nice taste. Great picture. Yeah, then we always have these pictures where you have just great costumes in an environment. I mean, this is Vogue, right? This is just Vogue. They not woke, Vogue, right? Like the French term. And yeah, I mean, they're good in doing that, right? Like working a little bit with a mirror, not even special, but like the people make it so special. This is something I claim I can also do when you go to a special location and people have nice costumes. I think that's very fairly easy, but credit to the costume designer and for organizing that. It all has to be done, right? And certainly then the light is a question of the style. Yeah, that's fairly erotic here. Um, we're not allowed to see nipples on Instagram. And yeah, I think they also experimented here. Like when people experiment, there's always something interesting that happens. And they just got that milky glass, but somehow because she's so close, she can't be completely seen through it. So it's a nice idea, right? It's a nice idea. Not so much interested in how they combine these. Yeah, of course, I also follow some philosophical stuff, but that should not be the topic here. I should have an extra folder. So what I really liked about this year, and maybe that's a bit like catering to diversity. Um, it shouldn't be so much about diversity, but I think the contrast between the different skin colors and then the geometrical shapes that they generate from that, that's unique. That's really unique. Like, I mean, they have a white background, but then they say, let's work with the bodies and let's create interesting shapes, right? Let's work with the color contrast here in particular. It's very erotic, I admit that. But honestly, like, I mean, this year is also great, right? Like they blend into each other. Uh, this one I like even more. I think the first one was really the best because this it's similar to this. They create a geometrical shape from bodies and then they play with the contrast between skin colors. Very well done. And where did I find that? I think I found that also. No, Siamon. Let's look at Siamon's. Siamon? I don't know how you say. Let's look at Siamon's page, Pascal. Yeah, I mean this guy, I follow him. Like he has such an incredibly impressive sense of aesthetics. And then, yeah, I mean, look at this, how he uses like these ancient paintings and then he just integrates humans that create different forms and shapes. It's great. It's really great. And it's an homage on to the human body, right? What you can do with human bodies. And I think was he the one who also had these pictures underwater or in water with these water lilies? I found that particularly impressive. Like also something like this here, right? It's a normal picture. It's a normal day, nothing special, like some fog. Like what can you do with a foggy day? But then like two people running and there is a how do you call that, a puddle. It's just two people running and most of it is green and it just creates this incredible feeling, right? And I try to see whether, yeah, he's the guy with the lakes. For example, here, a guy at a lake, not even very contrasty, but again gives a great feeling. It's a masterpiece, right? It's really a masterpiece. And I mean, look how he operates with people in a lake and how he creates shapes and forms and how he utilizes its models. Here again, like people hugging each other. And I tried to see because I don't know whether it was, oh man, look at this. Look at this. And this, again, this is like a more wide angle photography where he integrates the humans into the background, just being involved with each other. It's great. And like he doesn't use any blurriness as it is modern right now. He just uses the picture. And I mean, okay, it's a great landscape. But then even here, right? He has great ideas like car and then the reflection of the girl, the guy looking at the waterfalls. And even when he doesn't work with great landscapes, like this is definitely, you should follow this guy. I mean, you should definitely follow this guy. Very, very individual way of creating in a way you wouldn't have thought that it is possible, right? And yeah, you see it's endless. His style is endless. He always comes up with new ideas that are that are not just they're not just pushing ideas for the sake of having a new idea. They're really like creating something that is intimate. I would say intimate. And then yeah, in comparison to me, it's like I'm just doing this poppy style that just pops and I don't feel it has the same intimacy and it doesn't use the human body in the same way as he does. So yeah, great photography. Check out Simon. definitely a recommendation. And yeah, I mean, you see here further, like here I have another, well, there's my face in the way, but also this one here, a great composition, playing with light again, two couples kissing, and then you see the reflection, how they kiss. Uh, Again, very few objects, great photography. And what I always think is that photography tells a picture, and maybe we can, I look for a last one that I want to show you, because I think photography even becomes better when it tells stories. And this is just finding it in your surrounding, finding in your surrounding a great picture. That's what it is here about. This little boy playing with a puppet and a teddy bear, and then you see the line with the clothes drying on there, and the factory in the back where you just have the dust coming out, and he's having this pot haircut and wearing these. Oh man, if you catch such a picture, that's unique. And I tried to find another one from all these pictures I saved. Oh man, I mean, how can people create such situations? I mean, look at these old buildings in the back, and then everything is composed. I mean, the people flying through the air, you have like mist, but then you also have this lady here, this lady just walking and looking into another direction, and it all comes together in a great picture. I'm amazed by that. I'm really amazed, and it just goes on. Like, what do people do? I'm always impressed, right? I mean, look at this Magnum photos. I'm speechless when I see something like that. And yeah, here we also have like black people and white people, but I think it's not as contrasty as the other photographer that we have seen before. Okay, that shall be it. I don't find the other picture. Maybe I already scrolled past it. But yeah, I will look at with you at pictures again. If you have great photographers, send them to me. I want to follow them so that I can find more really interesting stuff. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Follow my channel, like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram, and let's talk about photography. Bye bye.